What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody?
Okay, we are live. You want to give us 30 seconds of silence, my friend, and you can punt this football.
All right. Ready? That's too loud. You can't be that loud in the dancing.
Am I making?
It's the 30 seconds of silence. You have too much sound. You were making the lightsaber noises. You need to calm that shit the fuck down. All right.
Do it again.
Start that over. All right. What's up, everybody? Big Lovin, my man Don DellaSnooch. Welcome to the Escape Pod. Clerks, $27,000 Empire.
What's going on?
What is up? You want to get us in here going, buddy?
Hey, Christy. Yeah, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and all your favorite podcast apps like iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, and check us out at our sister pods on the Podbelly Network. If you want to help us grow the show, please consider becoming an Escape Pod crew member on Patreon. With free, budget-friendly tiers, you can help us fund the hosting costs of the Escape Pod, future equipment upgrades, and resources so we can bring you con experiences and the like. Find us at patreon.com and search ATSW, the Escape Pod, in the search creator bar.
That's you still.
No, you're at shout-outs, buddy.
Oh, I went too far. Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I scrolled too far. That happens. That's what happens when you do it live and you're splitting it up and across the world. Got to give our first shout out first and foremost, always to the mothership, the All Things Star Wars podcast. You can find them on the Podbelly Network. You can find them on YouTube. You can find them everywhere, man. They're everywhere. Check out Use and Abuse, their music podcast. Wherever you can get your podcast, you can get their podcast, man. Check out our man Keith Lehman on Layman's Turns on YouTube. He is YouTube only. He gets in there, rants and raves, pulls some magic, tries to get that fucking mana to help save his life because he needs it, man. He's going through some things and he wants to tell you about it. And that's the fucking dude right there. That's fucking Keith. Layman's Terms. Check him out. Then we gotta always give our fucking shout out to Big Swede's Excellent Adventure, Tactical Swede, Swede something, more Swede. Swede takes over the world. You, me, and Swede, and all the Swede. And then don't forget to check out the Brew Guys on YouTube.
Definitely.
Yeah, go, buddy. So
Patreon shout-outs this week have been pretty static. Got to give a shout-out to Kim and Scott Rasmussen. Thanks for supporting us, guys. And Jen and Jess Bolt. Definitely. We're happy that you guys are helping us out.
Cheers to that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I think we got about 3 or 4 more weeks. We're going to have to make good on that first quarterly gift basket, buddy.
Hey, let us know, man. You've seen the things that we can. We got the hat. We got the shirts. We can do some stuff, man. We're going to put something together. So It will not. Even if it's just those 4 we got, it's all in there. In there, right. Like somewhere.
Yeah, and the more people that we have that start putting in on Patreon, the bigger those baskets are going to get.
Yeah, and we're gonna try to make them. We're gonna try to make them as nice as we can, man. You know, I mean, we're doing it budget friendly, and that's what the Patreon is for. So, But we still want to give back to our patrons and our listeners.
Right, for sure.
So, but hey, man. With that being said, Don, let's get into it, brother.
Sounds good.
All right.
You got anything you want to talk about before we get started, buddy?
Oh, dude, if I look tired, I am tired because today was a long fucking day, man. We got one of those 20-yard fucking roller, throw it in your driveway, and we've been throwing shit out of the garage and little bit of stuff here and throughout the house so far. We got the thing for 2 weeks, but we went in heavy today. So I'm beat. These beers taste good and they're going down nice and smooth. So
that sounds pretty rough. Now I didn't do much of shit today. I got up late. I finished BioShock Infinite, and I made some hamburgers. Ta-da.
Nice. I woke up at 5, and I finished watching the rest of Clerks again.
Little girl says that I sound funky too.
See, that's what I said. You get a little pitchy. It sounds echoey.
I wonder what the deal is.
I don't know, man. I really don't know.
I'm trying to think of what I can do. Let me go turn down my mic's volume real fast and see if that doesn't fix it.
Okay. Thank you, little girl. I said the same thing, and I thought so too. He sounded echoey when he gets a little high in his voice. It's not through the whole thing. It's just like when his voice hits high, it sounds echoey.
All right, is that any better?
No.
Awesome. Well, what the fuck?
Oh, what's up, David? Thanks for joining in, brother. We're having a little technical difficulty. You joined at the wrong time.
Let me...
Dude, the Matrix has been mad at us ever since that episode.
I'm telling you.
That's what it is, man. We fucked up talking about the Matrix, and the Matrix is like putting it up in the butt.
Okay, there's no audio coming from the camera, so that's not doing it. I turned off your microphone, so your microphone's not picking stuff up. Audio controls.
Okay. Did that fix the problem?
Yeah, but you need to turn it up a little. Or get closer to your mic.
Now it's too quiet?
Yeah.
There was one of the settings was changed. Hold on.
Okay. Hey, we're doing it live. This is how it is, but no, man, the Matrix is real, David, and it's fucking us big time. It is fucking us right. It's not good. It's not good.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but you still sound low.
Really? How about now?
You still sound low.
Oh, ain't this a fucking good time?
We're just going to have to roll with it, brother.
Gonna roll with the punches.
Just move your mic closer to you and let's go.
All right. Well, here we go.
Just jump right into movie news and you can edit that shit out.
Edit that shit out.
Hell
All
yeah.
right. Movie news. Disney Galleries, The Mandalorian, 2 episodes. Have you seen them?
Oh, dude. I watched that yesterday morning for the second time, the second episode.
Okay. You saw the first one, right?
Yeah.
I think that the first one was definitely the stronger of the two.
Absolutely.
The one about directors.
But the second one, Dave Filoni killed the ending.
Absolutely.
The ending was so good.
Yep. We found out all kinds of stuff about George and shit that we didn't know about before.
Right.
All that stuff was great. And honestly, just like recapping the little stuff out of the episodes, every time I see a little clip of something that I loved, I was like, oh, I love that.
there's all kinds of cool little tidbits. Sometimes I sit there because I've watched it twice, and the first time I watched it, I really wasn't focused on it, but I was looking up at the right times, and I was seeing little snippets and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh.
Yeah.
Then I'm listening to it the second time, and I'm like, like I was sucked in, man.
Yep.
It's really good. I would love to see them. I hope they pull some like stuff from like the Avengers and some of the other movies that they've done and don't do behind the scenes stuff like this, because you've got my money. I'm all the way in on this kind of shit.
Right. I'll watch all of it,
even if it's older movies that have already come out. You like if you did a behind the scenes with even some of the more current Star Wars, and you had a little round table event, you sat there and talked to those guys, or you sit down and you talk to the Marvel guys or the Ant guy from Ant-Man. You sit there and just talk about that movie, whatever, dude. I would be all in on that.
Right. Yeah, me too. I'd watch that.
I like buying DVDs still because they have the behind the scenes features.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know?
but that getting everybody around the table like that, that conversation structure that they used in the directors, episode 1 for the directors.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. There's something about all of those people being face to face like that.
Yeah.
It just generates an interesting conversation. I can't remember. Did they do that in the second one? In episode 2?
They did it because they did it with Kathy Kennedy and creatives.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they went back to the directors in the second one as well. But I'm definitely a fan of that, dude. I'm telling you, give me one on the Infinity Saga. Oh my god!
You know, it would be awesome if they just did that on just the Avengers movies.
Yeah. Oh, please do it. Take my money. Take it.
Make
Take
it rain
everywhere. Yes, you can have all of it.
All right. New Mutants gets a new August 2020 release date, so that's cool. I was wondering what they were going to do with that, if they were going to dump it into streaming or if they were going to still bring it out or what.
Hey, can I time out? Can I time you out real quick? Yeah, I got to time you out. My buddy Ron Johnson is he's in the chat, right? And he called me out saying I didn't shout him out last episode, and I know I did. So I'm being very clear that I'm shouting out Ron Johnson this episode, and I want him to very much know that. So if he's already checked out, that's on him. But I'm shouting him out.
We're officially shouting him out together.
Been shouted. I don't ever want to hear that shit ever again.
He's been double Johnson.
Yeah, you've been. Yeah, 2 times. You've been double Johnson.
Gross.
Yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Mallrats 2 begins casting. Aparna Brill will play Banner Bruce, Brody's daughter.
Who is that?
You don't remember Brody Bruce?
No. I know who that is. I don't know who the
Aparna Brill.
Brill.
I've never heard of her either. She was in Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Oh, was she the friend?
I'm gonna look it up real fast because PRI. Oh, well played.
Did you smell that?
Not yet. It'll take a while, but it'll get over here.
It'll get there. It goes through the internet. We got high speed now.
Right?
I do. Yes. You figure it out?
Yeah, she did play Harley's friend in reboot.
Nice. She was funny. I'll take it.
She was. She was real funny. Anyway, moving on. DC announces that production on The Batman and other UK movie productions can resume filming.
Hey, I got to time out and kind of backtrack a little bit, rewind it a little bit. They're talking about Mallrats and making me think of Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Uh-huh.
He brought everybody back and it was fun.
Uh-huh.
Do you think people are going to continue to come back and let's do a fun movie? You're not going to have a big part. I don't need to pay you a lot, but we just want to have fun. Do you think people will still do that and play with him in that aspect?
I think so, but that's not what this movie is.
No, I don't think that's what this movie is, but I do think you're still asking old heads to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the people maybe you didn't get the perfect cameo in, you can still kind of insert them in this one.
Right.
Because for the longest time, the whole Mallrats 2 was kind of dead.
Yeah, but I think Mallrats 2 is actually going to be a studio film, so there's going to be some money behind it.
Oh, okay.
Not a shit ton, but there'll be some money there.
Yeah, there'll be more money than behind his last one.
Yeah, people are going to get paid. They're just not going to get rich.
I gotcha.
Unless I've misunderstood something. As far as I know, this is an actual studio film, whereas Mallrats was, Jay and Silent Bob reboot was indie.
Hey, I gotta announce something else too. Isaac's son's Strawberry survived, so that's fantastic news, and I just want to shout that out there. So I'm happy for your son, Isaac.
Right.
Yep. No, that's serious stuff, dude. Don't you don't you dare pass this off. Don't you dare. This is big time, okay, buddy? This is we're implementing news within the cycle. That is late breaking right now, buddy. Nobody has a scoop on that.
No, it's not even in my news section.
No,
I didn't know.
Nobody has a scoop on that.
Yeah. Okay. Strawberry.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll say it for you. Fair enough.
Only one man dare give me the raspberry.
These are strawberries, son.
Next week, we'll talk about the raspberries.
Next week's episode, Isaac's son's raspberries.
Next week, we're still talking Spaceballs, right?
Yes, we are.
See? It all comes around, full circle.
Full circle. Get in the live chat, baby.
Video games. This one fucking knocked my socks off, and I immediately logged into Best Buy. Tony Hawk 1 and 2, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, being remastered, will come out September 4th.
Hey, Shanklin hit me up. John Shanklin hit me up. He was like, oh, hell yeah. He's like, he texted me. He's like, dude, thought of you. Sent that right to me. I was like, oh, yes.
Me and my brother used to get stoned off our asses and play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 until we couldn't fucking stand it no more.
Yeah, I did some things in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and there's a lot of stuff and more things and stuff. And yeah, that's about all I'm going to say about that.
Wow. I might have to edit that out. That was pretty graphic.
It was pretty intense.
Unreal Engine 5 was debuted the other day. Videos are all over the internet. Holy shit. Have you seen any of them?
No.
Yeah, you should.
I will.
Video games in the next generation are going to take a huge leap in what they look like.
I know their capacity is going to be huge.
Well, if the demo for Unreal 5 is half of what they're going to figure out that they can do with it. Because I don't know if you remember what the demos for Unreal 4 looked like. They were dope at the time. But the stuff that they learned to do with them later was really staggering.
Yeah, because we've been using Unreal 4 for a long
time.
Long time.
I think the end of the PlayStation 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
So we're about 7 or 8 years into.
That's exciting, man, because when they make those leaps, like, they're big leaps. They look crisp.
Yeah. The stuff they were doing with the character model's face and the way the lighting was changing as the characters were going from inside to outside and shit like that. Fucking blew me away, dude.
That's awesome.
I was really excited.
To think of where we come from, man.
Right. Yeah. Fucking, dude, Atari. One button and a joystick. That's where I started.
Yeah.
So, just blew me away. Fallout 76, anybody that hasn't played that and thinks they want to fucking give it a go, it's free this weekend, starting tomorrow, May 14th. So if you want to download it and dick around with it for the weekend or whatever, quarantine's your pleasure.
Might have to look at it this weekend, all things depending. We might go to Home Depot. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have time. I don't know.
What's going on, Richie?
Oh, shit. The Richie Rich.
Iron Man VR coming out on PlayStation 4 this summer. So that's Vader Immortal and Iron Man VR. I'm probably going to have to break down and buy a VR system.
And then once all this quarantine's cleaned up, I'm coming over to your house.
Okay.
Yeah. Pizza and beer in my sleeping bag because I ain't going nowhere. Let's do it. Kick it old school.
I don't know if anybody out there plays Harvest Moon. I've never played one, but I know that it's a pretty big game. Isaac says Unreal Engine was in 2012, so 8 years.
Damn.
Unreal 4, I mean. Harvest Moon's getting a new installment this fall. I knew the name of it earlier, and I didn't write it down, so that tells you exactly how stoked I am.
That's all I got. I just shake my head.
Oh, yeah. Christy brought up, she remembers when Final Fantasy VII was the pinnacle of animation. It really was.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a big fucking deal.
Yep. When that game came out, it was a game changer, dude.
Fuck yeah, it was.
And then something a little bit more close to my nerd heart. 2 Doctor Who games slated for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X.
Noise.
It's moist.
Whoa. Noise and moist. Yeah.
Noise and moist. Speaking of which, have you seen Chris Hemsworth in The Extraction yet?
I started watching it. I haven't finished it.
Yeah, One World. Isaac is the Google king. Harvest Moon, One World.
He is super Google.
Oh, Lunar Girl, you're a Whovian? Yeah. Well, who's your doctor, Lunar Girl? See, this is the first question that Whovians ask each other.
That's fine. You guys have this moment. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy watching it happen. I'm going to watch it unfold.
Have you ever watched Doctor Who?
No.
It's definitely something. 10 was a fantastic doctor. I'm either 10 or sometimes 9. Eccleston was the jam. Leather coat, mouthy as shit. But yeah, definitely Tenet was great. All right, I digress.
Yes.
As far as the hot sheets go, there's not a whole lot going on as far as
our interest.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of rumors flying around because there's not a lot of business taking place, you know.
Right.
But I did find that according to Screen Rant, which, you know, take that with a grain of salt, but they're usually pretty close. Mandalorian season 2 will not be delayed due to coronavirus. So everything's running on schedule over there at Disney.
Nice. I'm excited. I seen that as well. I seen that on a couple different I guess sites, if you will, if that's where we're gonna put it. Hot sheet donors, whoever, whatever. But yeah, I've seen that. So that makes me feel good. I want them to do like they did with this Last Dance thing that they're doing on ESPN and release the shit early. Give us something in quarantine to love.
The what?
Do.
The what?
Early. They released the Last Dance shit early. That shit was supposed to release in like June or July.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see it.
Fuck you. You gotta have mercy on your soul.
All right, sports news. Governor Whitmer says that we're unlikely to have football fans fill in the stadiums this fall, including the Wolverines and the Lions. But Spartan fans will, of course, be encouraged to fill Spartan Stadium, and a new tradition will be started. Every time the Spartans punt the football, they will have to turn to their neighbors and cough in their face.
What the? I don't want to go to one of those games.
Now,
that seems incredibly violent.
half of what I just read is true, and you get to decide what half.
I know what side is true, and I'm never going to a Spartans football game. That'll never happen now.
Oh, that was fun. That makes me a terrible sportsman, by the way.
In other sports news, nothing.
There's really nothing going on. I did
talking about this. All that's going on in the sporting world is talking about sports coming back. That's it. There's nothing concrete. Some shit's opening. It's not enough for us to talk about.
I did hear that, and I don't know how many of our listeners this will affect. It affects me, but if you have some Major League Baseball tickets that were for the early part of this season, originally you were told that they were going to reschedule those games and that you just had to sit on your tickets. You can get a refund now if you request them. So, that's cool.
Weren't you going to opening day?
Yeah. Yeah, I had tickets for opening day, and then I had tickets for another game, would have been, about 3 weeks ago now.
That is something I want to do when it opens up. Like you brought up too. If it's a possibility to happen, I want to go to a Dodger Tiger game.
That'd be fun.
If that happens.
There's a little bit of news coming out as far as summer concerts go, but most of them are just postponements. There's been a few cancellations. Ron, I don't know when GTA is coming out. I don't think they've set a date yet.
Yeah, they haven't set a date. They just gave us the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen that trailer? Have you seen the trailer?
No, I didn't know it came out. I must have missed it.
Yeah, you're not a big GTA guy anyways. Dude, that trailer looks badass.
Michael likes them.
Talk to your boy about it because that trailer makes it look sweet, dude.
I'm just not a fan of the way the vehicles work in the world, and yeah, and so it always frustrates me. Like, there's very few things that I dislike in a video game as much as bad mechanics that have to be handled in a certain time frame, so that you're fighting with the bad mechanics to make something work. It used to drive me crazy. So those games I usually fall off of pretty fast.
Well, GTA 6, from what the trailer shown, makes it look bad. It opened it up. You can go to like 5 different cities, I think. They don't explain how you can get to them yet, but you can go to like 5 giant ass open cities. It looks incredible. I can't wait personally. I'm a huge fan of the game.
That's cool. I'll have to check the trailer out for it. I mean, I'm sure it's fantastic. Like, after the last one came out, I was like, man, I'd really like to play that. So then I tried it and I was like, no, I still don't fucking get excited about the way this plays.
That's unfortunate.
It reminds me a lot of the way Red Dead Redemption played. But I think it's
made by the exact same people.
That's what I was going to say. I think it's made by the same studio.
Yeah.
And I got maybe 3/4 of the way through Red Dead, and then something else came out and I started playing it, and then it was like, oh well, I can go back and play Red Dead, and I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, fuck that.
If whatever it was hadn't have came out, I probably would have finished Red Dead. Like I was committed. I was like, I was having fun.
Right.
It just was pissing me off a lot because the control scheme is fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm so used to it. I've been playing it since day one, and I've learned to adapt with it the whole way, so I'm good with it.
Well, with Red Dead at least, it was shit like you were trying to sneak up on somebody at a brothel, and you hit the button to stand up, but instead he kicks open the fucking door. And then everybody in the bar comes and shoots you. You're like, what the fuck?
This is totally not working.
Why would you map that to the same button?
Right.
Just shit like that.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Rockstar, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but watch your words.
All right. You ready to get into our main topic?
Let's Berserker! Let's do this!
All right. Clerks, a $27,000 empire. Just like as we have the last few episodes, I'm going to go ahead and read the synopsis of the film, which I wasn't actually crazy about this synopsis. I don't know who wrote it, but it wasn't overly impressive. I don't know.
So do what you got to do, and we'll do what we got to do, and we'll fuck it up.
Right. All right. Dante Hicks works as a retail clerk at Quick Stop Groceries in Leonardo, New Jersey. He's called in to work on his day off to cover another employee's morning shifts.
Can we talk about the fact that the dude wakes up in his closet? Like, what?
Upside down. As I recall, wasn't he upside down in his closet?
Upside down in his closet. He kind of unfolds out to get the phone. Like, dude,
right.
Party, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, actually, I was going to say I don't know what happened the night before, but I do actually know what happened the night before.
He was on the phone with old girl.
Yeah.
But that's just what I'm talking about. It was so weird.
Right. How did he end up getting fucked up bad enough that he was upside down in his closet sleeping?
Exactly. Was he drinking heavy? What happened?
I don't know. Arriving at the store, he finds the locks to the security shutters are jammed closed with chewing gum.
Some fucking kids.
Fucking savages in this town.
The fucking savages, man.
So he hangs a sheet over them with a message written on them. I assure you, we're open.
We are open. I love it.
Soon after opening, Dante's best friend, wisecracking slacker Randall Graves, arrives for his own work day at the video rental store next door. Well played.
Well, that's the kind of introduction he deserves because he's kind of a dick.
Randall's the best part of the show.
Randall is the best part because he's a dick.
Right.
He tells you what you want to tell the guy because he's a dick. Like, you just want to slap him. You're just waiting for Randall to slap him. Eventually, he does, kind of.
Right. Oh, fuck, where's my heater? Yeah. Getting cold in here. The two prepare for another ordinary day, immersed in their tedious customer service jobs. Dante repeatedly laments that he is not even supposed to be here today.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
You know what the real tragedy is? I'm not even supposed to be here today.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
While Randall neglects his job at the video store to keep Dante company at the Quick Stop.
All the fucking time.
All the fucking time.
Hey, I thought of something. I'm going to leave the video store and go next door.
I got to tell you, I remember the small video store experience.
Yeah.
And there is nothing that pisses you off more than when you go all the way to the video store and for some random fucking reason, that motherfucker's closed.
You mean the small video stores, the ones that weren't chain video stores. They were just ran by some whatever. Like mom and pop who hired kids and like random ass dudes to work. I love those. Those are the best video stores ever.
At the time that Clerks came out, down the street from the trailer park that I grew up in, there was a party store, and there was literally a little boutique video store right next to it. I don't remember the name of it, but it was exactly the same thing. And I rented a copy of Clerks from a store that was exactly like RST Video.
Yeah, dude. They had those kind of video stores around bases and stuff like that. I mean, like you could rent videos on bases, but they didn't have the biggest selection.
Right.
So we would go off base and, you know, Blockbuster, yeah, you might get Blockbuster, but Blockbuster had its time, but the mom and pop video rental store was the best rental stores to go to.
Yep.
Hands down. The ones that you knew the same few people who worked there like all the freaking time.
Yep. Now, just like Randall does in this movie, though, every once in a while you had to get in the car and you had to go all the way into town.
Oh, yeah.
The big store.
To go to the Blockbuster, to go to the whatever Family Video or whatever.
Because they just didn't have Happy Scrappy Hero Pup.
No, no, they didn't. They had some of them other titles, though.
They sure did.
Well, yeah, they did. It was in a room that had the beaded door.
See, the one I grew up next to wasn't even big enough for that. They didn't have an adult room. They just didn't.
No, I went to, the ones that I went to. They had it. They had the beaded doors.
It's because you were on base.
Yeah, well, you don't worry about that.
Those GIs got to release some tension.
Hey.
They pass the time engaging in philosophical discussions on a wide variety of topics, including movies, sex, relationships, difficult customers, and Death Star contractors.
Hell yeah, they do.
Dante
Dude, I had never thought. Yeah, when I watched this movie, when this movie came out, I was 12 years old. So 12 becoming 13, 14 is when I first started watching this movie. Like, there is so much of this movie that was over my head. And then watching it again this morning and the last few days, dude, there's so much more of this movie that is so much funnier now than when I watched it when I was a kid. And it was still funny then, but I think of a lot of it was like, oh, potty humor, you know, but like you watch it now and it's like, oh my God, this is hysterical. It's so much over time, like a fine wine, dude. It's so much better.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of stupid mouse.
Mouse of goodness. Dumb.
Looking back at that time, there's so many fond memories, and then when you watch a movie like this, there's just like all the little details that at the time the movie was made wasn't even anything anybody considered. But
no,
you look back on that and go, oh, that was cool, or that makes me remember being, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't type and talk anymore.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
Here's my fucking notes. Dante and Randall find a number of reasons to leave the store and slack off during their shifts. Rooftop hockey game, and then Dante's friend's ill-fated wake.
It wasn't his friend. It was.
Oh no, it's his ex-girlfriend.
That's right. Yeah, it was an ex-girlfriend.
I don't know why this is written wrong.
And then they got booted out of there. Or they dipped out because
Randall knocked over the
right,
coffin.
he knocked over the coffin. Oh, it's not like she was gonna wake up.
She's already dead. Dante is torn between two women, his current girlfriend, Veronica Loughran, and his ex-girlfriend, Caitlin Bree. with whom he still secretly communicates.
Did your opinion of Dante change as you got older?
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought he was kind of fucking dumb?
Yeah, well, now that I'm grown, I'm like, dude.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, that's high school. What the fuck?
Right, yeah, but then you look at it and you're like, you're 22, and it's like, yeah, that is high school. You're 22.
Yeah, I was like Kevin says, or sorry, Silent Bob says, about all the chicks that are out there or whatever, and he's like, not very many of them bring you lasagna to work.
Right.
I mean, there is a difference.
Dude, 100%. You know when you got a good one.
Right.
And when you don't know, it's fucking stupid.
Right. Well, that's usually, I do have some friends that have a tendency to fucking catch that wandering eye that it'll bite you in the teeth every fucking time. You just end up throwing away something good because,
you're fucking stupid.
The other one's got tits and she ain't got no lasagna.
Fucking right. She can always all day, but if she
always go for lasagna.
Fuck. And if she can make that lasagna, oh my God.
But if she brings you lasagna and then doesn't bring you the Parmesan cheese, it's time to walk.
Yeah, you really got to start reevaluating the whole relationship.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You don't even need to bring a fork. But don't get that Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan cheese, I need that. Dante is distressed when he learns Veronica's given oral sex to 36 men before him and then engaged in snowballing at least once.
At least once. There was some funky stuff happening with that broad.
Dante chooses to rekindle his relationship with Caitlin. However, Caitlin is traumatized by an incident in the quick stop bathroom. In the dark, she has sex with a person she thought was Dante, but who was actually a customer who died of a heart attack while masturbating to pornographic magazines Dante provided him.
It was so hot. You just didn't even say anything. You just oh my God.
Fuck. I gotta move on.
What happened with her? Oh, she's gonna be traumatized for the rest of her life and need lots and lots of therapy.
Lots. Caitlin leaves catatonic in an ambulance. Jay and Silent Bob, a pair of drug dealers who have spent the day loitering outside the store, invite Dante to a party with them after hours, but Dante declines. Aware of Dante's problems, Silent Bob tersely convinces him that he really does love Veronica, but Randall has already confessed the previous events to her, prompting Veronica to dramatically dump Dante. Dante fights with Randall and trashes the quick stop.
They trashed the shit out of that place.
Dante and Randall have a crucial moment of clarity in their fight. Randall hears Dante repeat his refrain that he is not even supposed to be here today and points out to Dante could have left at any time and prevented the day's events. Furthermore, he says they are not as advanced as they think they are, or else they wouldn't have such lowly clerks jobs.
True.
After the two make amends, Dante plans to visit Caitlin in the hospital and try to reconcile with Veronica. Randall leaves, but not before tossing Dante's shoe polish sign in his face and declaring, "You're closed."
Hell yeah.
Wow.
That went up my nostril.
You're doing really good shit over there, man.
Oh my God, that went up my nose.
I gotta try and figure out how to isolate that and put it in an extra audio clip so that I can add it into random shit.
Oh, you need to do that. Do the one from earlier. That was so much better.
I don't know. That last one was pretty serious.
Yeah, but I felt like the one from earlier had a lot more depth to it.
I thought you had more depth to you.
That's just a bunch of horse shit. I put on a good facade.
Well, I have a a laundry list of things to chat about this film, but
let's take a break so I can piss.
Yeah, you better, so that you don't have to take a piss 4 minutes before we're done talking.
And I need to get more brouhaha.
Yeah, I still got 1.5. I think I'm all right. Go ahead. I'll talk to the chat folks.
You do that, my friend.
I'm going to do 30 seconds, though, so I can edit it. All right, guys. Like we talked about a little bit ago, totally stoked that I'm not the only Whovian around these parts now. I don't think I'll ever get Brady interested in it. It definitely is. Jess is making me a sock Muppet theater today. That's awesome. What was I going to say? No, I lost my thread. Yeah. There's no way that I'm going to get Brady to watch Doctor Who and get him to be like, oh, yeah, this is fucking great. I just don't see it happening. He's very nerdy, but I don't think that's his brand. I haven't watched any of 13. I watched a few episodes with 12. Well, no, I take that back. I saw all of 12, and then that's a nice shirt. Oh, Steve got called off work. Hi, Steve. So, Brady.
Yes. Talk to me.
You want to do 30 seconds and then we'll get into more Clerks nonsense?
Yeah. You bring it in. So can you watch the live where it says live and do the 30 seconds up top there?
I could just, yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't know if you had that countdown on your screen like I do mine.
Yep, I sure do. You ready? And now. And welcome back.
Woo!
Woo-hoo.
You sounded like fucking Winnie the Pooh.
I couldn't do it again because I don't have a good Winnie the Pooh voice.
No, but you pulled it off perfectly in that moment. Oh my god, that was fantastic. You need to isolate that sound and turn it into a ringtone.
I gotta agree with you, Jen. I think Capaldi's plot lines were a bit soft, but he was good. You see, that's real deep cuts, Brady had.
That's just some shit I don't even give a fuck about.
All right. So Kevin Smith sold a large part of his collection to help fund the film.
Collection of what? That would be important. No.
Comic books. I don't know why all the words are in the sentences.
Because they're your notes.
At one point, he was trying to go back and rebuy everything that he had sold because he decided that it sounded like fun, I guess, but he's since abandoned all that. In fact, at one point he said he stopped buying comic books altogether. He just switched over to digital, and because he's got a garage full of long boxes that he didn't even understand why.
He's probably got the money to really buy any and every comic book he wants.
Yeah, and I think that when you have the money to have what you want, you stop having the desire to want what you could get.
You just look for those gems.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's got, if you like you say, he's got a garage full of them.
Yep. Let's see. What else fun do we got here? I hate the mouse on this laptop. I fucking hate it. It's a great laptop, but the mouse is fucking stupid.
It sounds like it. Stupid ass mouse.
Stupid ass mouse. Kevin originally wrote the role of Randall to be played by him.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Which is why Randall has all the best lines in the movie. But he couldn't figure out how to memorize them, direct and produce the film. It was just too much. So he cast Jeff. What's his last name?
It doesn't matter. I couldn't see any. And as much as I love Kevin Smith, I couldn't see anybody else doing that, dude.
Right.
Like, I know, knowing Kevin Smith, I couldn't see him playing that character.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. And
I love Kevin Smith, so that's
Jeff Anderson is the guy's name.
Yeah. And he never did much outside of this shit, so
no, he really didn't.
Like he's a great actor, but I just can't see anybody else playing that role. And I definitely can't see Kevin Smith playing that role.
Right. Funny thing about Jeff Anderson, he got somewhat famous from doing these like Clerks and Mallrats and all that. And he kind of didn't much care for that.
Really?
So he actually lives in a retirement community, a gated retirement community in Colorado.
No shit.
Yep. And he gets up every day and gets in his golf cart and cruises around and has his coffee and blah, 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 blah. And he just likes his quiet little fucking retirement community life.
That's awesome. I'm so jealous. I want that shit.
Right. It's just interesting. So when they wanted him to do
Clerks 2,
Clerks 3, he didn't want to do it. He had no interest in getting back involved in Hollywood and all of that kind of shit. And interestingly enough, after being in Jay and Silent Bob reboot,
right,
he decided that he does want to come back and be in Mallrats 2.
Oh, that's awesome.
He is in Mallrats, right?
Oh, I just thought you meant to have a part in it. I don't think he's in it.
I think he is.
If it is, it's a small part. I don't really remember.
Now I got to double check. I might have
Come on, dude. You're fucking killing me, man.
He's in Zack and Miri. He's in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Supposed to be in Clerks 3. Nope, he's not in Mallrats.
Good. Now you don't look so stupid.
Right. It's Clerks 3 that he says he's actually looking forward to.
Good.
Good. It's good.
Good. Good. Good.
Kevin Smith worked in the store where they shot the film. They shot for 21 straight nights. He'd clock in for his shift at 6 a.m., close the store at 11, and then they would shoot till 4 a.m. He'd try and catch a couple hours of sleep before he had to open up the store again.
Dude, that's insane.
Can you imagine? For fucking 21 days. It's not like it was just for a couple days. Three consecutive weeks of living on 2 or 3 hours of sleep. And not only that, you had to be at your most creative because you were making a fucking film.
Yeah, but the shit you'll go through, the shit you'll do, man, the shit you'll, you know what I'm saying? When those creative juices are flowing,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the deal with this? What? There.
That's better. That's better. I feel like I'm there in spirit.
I feel like I moved it like 3 different times, and then every time I look up, the microphone's in front of it again.
I don't know what to tell you on that one, buddy. That shit's so badass, though.
It's pretty sweet.
I think so. I'm kind of jelly. You did a great job.
I can't wait to wear it to cons.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be sweet.
Anyway, the reason why the shutters being closed was written into the plot was because they could only film at night, so they didn't know how to make it look like daytime outside.
Cheap asses.
Right. And it's funny thinking about it because I don't remember there being windows in the store.
I don't either.
Like when I was in there, I don't remember going, man, it's really bright behind you because there's windows. It just.
I don't, yeah, but there was no roll downs in the front. All the shit was rolled up.
Yeah. Well, I can't even remember in that photo of us out front if there was roll downs at all.
I'm going to look right now.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, there's roll downs there.
Yeah, but they're not rolled down, are they?
No, they were open.
Exactly. That's what I thought. But like you said, it was dark in the store. Or it was dark behind. I wonder if they do that now just for the ambiance and they just roll them down when it gets dark just because.
Yeah, maybe those windows are all covered up.
Yeah.
Inside the store now.
Christy Regan says she doesn't recall windows, but you're not going to recall them because it was dark because the roll downs were shut.
Right. And I honestly, I'd have to go back and look at it. They may have actually put stuff in front of those windows in order to, make it look like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make it look like those windows weren't there.
The girl said when they were playing hockey, I think it was just the door that they were pressed up against.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
She says, I remember when they were playing hockey, people were pressed up against and banging on the windows. But I'm almost more than positive it was just the front door, not the actual window, just the window on the door.
The front door. And I don't know where they got all the lighting for that, but
right.
It was like I knew you were gonna do it. The film's shoestring budget was part of the reason why it was shot in black and white.
Yeah, it wasn't for creative. It wasn't to be creative and all that. It was just because it was cheaper.
But later, Kevin did cite that it was for creative reasons because it made a better story.
Right.
There was a bunch of different types of lighting that were used, but very little had to be changed as far as lighting to shoot in black and white. But when you started to try and shoot in color, then you had different color temperatures and stuff that have to be adjusted for. And that was both above Kevin's level and his financial capabilities.
Yeah.
So black and white became the thing. And
you know what's funny is I don't think I could watch that show in color now. Don't George Lucas fucking special edition that shit. I don't ever want to see it in color.
Right.
Because it would fuck it up.
One of the things that that isn't in this or in my notes, that as I recall, every day or every night after they were done shooting, Mosier, the producer, Scott Mosier,
Yeah.
would take the what they call dailies,
Right.
which is what they filmed that day, drive them into a developing place in New York City and drop them off. And it was like one of the only ones that would do it on the cheap. And I think the deal was Mosier had to have them dropped off by like 7 in the morning or something, so that the guy could work on them first thing during the day, or else they weren't going to be cheap at all. Oh, we lost you, Brady. Are you back? Are you gone?
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Cool. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Perfect, because I'm not going to repeat it.
Good.
Kevin Smith's mom, Grace, played the milkmaid in the movie. She was the older lady that was pulling the milk out of the cooler, looking for the oldest date that somehow miraculously wouldn't expire.
I was wondering which one his mom was.
That was Grace.
That's awesome.
When Kevin talks about her, he refers to her as Amazing Grace. It's really sweet.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it.
According to Kevin Smith in an interview in his book, my first movie, part of the movie's financing came from an insurance settlement. The settlement was from the car that him and Jason Mewes owned. And it was destroyed in the Hurricane Sandy floods.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. Jason Mewes kept telling Kevin, he's like, hey, man, we should. What's that?
Hurricane Sandy's recent. That can't be possible.
All right. Well, then maybe it wasn't Sandy. It was a hurricane.
Okay. I was going to say, not Hurricane Sandy. That can't be possible.
Oh, you're right. Hurricane Sandy is the one that destroyed Kevin's house, the house he grew up in. What was the one before that?
Oh, dude, fuck if I know.
I'm not going to look it up.
Please.
Whatever hurricane came through there, I believe in 93. Anyway, it flooded, took out the car, and then FEMA gave them a check for like $3,000 for the car.
Fuck yeah.
If I remember correctly, Kevin said that they paid like $1,200 for the car.
Hell yeah.
But I guess the whole like day before, Mewes was begging Kevin. He's like, well, let me move the car up the hill so that it doesn't fucking flood. And Kevin's like, it'll be fine. But really, he just didn't trust Jason and not fucking steal the car. Here's another one about his budget. Kevin raised the $27,000 budget from his comic collection, borrowing $3,000 from his parents, maxing out his credit cards, and of course that money from FEMA.
Yeah.
But still, $27,000, man. That's a lot of fucking money to bet on yourself.
Fuck yeah, it is. I mean, we've put in a bet on ourselves doing this, right? But with no gain. We do this because we enjoy to do it.
Right.
We do this with no real kickback, you know. So
Keith Lehman in the chat. What's going on, buddy?
what's up, dude? How's it going, brother? But you know, yeah, we have patrons, but like we've said, and like we tell it is as it is, it turns around, goes right back into the show. Whether it's paying for the service or the little things that we've added with the microphones and all the different things that we've purchased, it's been a part of that budget. But we don't do it. It just, you do it because you love it. But I can't imagine, how much money we've put into the studio, like $27,000, brother. Right.
Yeah, we might be creeping up on, like, by the time we put in the insulation, maybe $1,200.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe 15.
And you look at all the stuff we've already had and the stuff we've gotten to borrow.
Right. Yeah, just the microphone equipment that we borrowed from my mom. That's another like $800-900.
Exactly. That's insane. 27 grand though. You're right. And 27 grand in 1993. That's a fuck ton of money, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's solid. It's a solid chunk of money.
Well, yeah, I mean, fuck ton of money is an overstatement, but $27,000 is a lot of money.
It'd be like that's brand new Cadillac money.
Hell yeah. With the leather.
With the leather. And the old lady in it.
Oh, wait. Driving Miss Daisy?
Driving Miss Daisy.
It's nice. It's so nice.
In the original cut of the film, a robber comes in at the end of the night and shoots Dante.
What?
You didn't know that?
No. Oh, my God.
Kevin decided that the scene where Randall comes in and throws the sign was ultimately better. And the studio wanted to say something about it. And then they were like, well, it's best that we let him have his creativity. And then they decided, or after he opted to change it, they were completely relieved.
Thank God. They're like, oh, thank you, Jesus.
I have seen the clip of Dante getting shot, and it's definitely a stronger movie in the way that it does.
Yeah. Why? Was it just not good enough?
No, it's just fine. It just ends the movie with one of those, gut punches where you were like, "Oh fuck!"
Wait, we just had fun. What the fuck?
Like at the end of Joker, spoilers, when Maury gets shot.
Right.
You're like, "What? Huh?"
Yeah, you're like
it's one of those moments. It's definitely better the way Kevin ended it.
Nice.
If anybody's watched like Comic Book Men, one of Kevin Smith's good friends, Walter Flanagan, plays 4 separate roles in Clerks.
Yeah, I was gonna say he plays a lot of dudes.
He plays the egg-obsessed guidance counselor, one of the cigarette protesters who bought the cigarettes immediately after the protest, the customer offended by the lewd jizz mopper discussion.
That shit was the best.
That was actually supposed to be a woman that come in for that, and she decided she didn't want
to. Probably. I can't yell at me about that.
And then the 4th one was a customer to whom Randall said that the resident's cat's name is annoying customer.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That is one of my favorite fucking jokes too. What's the cat's name? Annoying customer. Yeah. Willem Black.
You forgot the part where Dante was getting fined for selling cigarettes to the little girl that Randall ended up selling.
Oh yeah, I wonder why that wasn't. See that's what I was saying. The synopsis is like full of big holes.
Right.
And I was like, well, maybe I'll sit down and rewrite this. And then I was like, oh yeah, I've got a life.
I got shit to do.
I got shit to do.
For fun. I got shit to do.
I knew that we'd end up talking about it, and so now we have. So
there it is.
Willem Black, also known as Snowball, was supposed to be the collegiate type, but the original actor for the role, Dan Hapstack, which was a buddy of Kevin's from high school,
right,
changed his mind and opted out of the role. If I remember correctly, Hapstack was in the drama department at one of the colleges where they found the girl that played Caitlin Bree.
Oh, okay.
And he decided that he was on to bigger and better things. So he didn't want to be in Kevin's little movie.
Yeah. How'd that work out for him?
Well, his name's Dan Hapstack. You ever heard of him?
Go.
Anyway, he changed his mind. Scott Mosier ended up doing that role, and because Scott didn't seem very collegiate, they went with kind of the dumb burnout,
and it works.
and it works.
Yeah, thank God that happened because I thought that was a good character.
Well, because there's that whole line where Dante's like, "You blew him," and if he was a well put together college student, you wouldn't be on his side with that statement.
Right. You'd be like, well, it makes sense. I would have blown him too.
Right. Kevin's often said,
yeah, I would have maybe twice. I don't know.
It depends. Yeah, Christy's right. I bet his buddy regrets opting out now.
Hell yeah, he does. Dummy.
Kevin's often said that he got his inspiration to make this film because him and his buddy, I believe it was Ernie. I don't remember. Ernie's in the movie. I don't remember his last name. They went to New York City and watched Richard Linklater's Slacker in 1990. And I guess Kevin was like, yeah, fuck, if that's a movie, I can make a movie.
Fuck yeah, you can. And you did. Look what you've done.
Right? $27,000 empire.
Fuck yeah.
When Dante and Randall are discussing the death of Julie Dwyer, the girl from the funeral home.
You know who said it best? Isaac in the chat, he said, hit that like button.
That's what he said?
Yeah, dude. That's probably the best thing you could say.
Yeah. All right.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, we're definitely not getting the 5-star reviews that we were hoping to get either.
No. We call them now no star reviews.
No star reviews.
Yeah, we'll take a no star review. Tell us we suck. Say Isaac is our man in the chair and you guys suck. That guy has all the knowledge and you guys are a bunch of dummies.
He is. He's our oracle.
He is the oracle. Dude, don't say that. Don't bring up the Matrix, man. Fuck.
No, Oracle is the girl from Batman. That is
the guy in the chair.
Well, yeah, technically.
But a lady.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think. What's the fuck?
Mufasa.
What's the commissioner's name in Batman?
For Commissioner Gordon?
Gordon. It's Commissioner Gordon.
Dude, when you say commissioner, all I can think of is Gordon.
I know. It's Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
Yes.
And it also happens to be in The Killing Joke.
She's paraplegic.
Yes. Well, yeah, the Joker kicks open the door and shoots her in the spine.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so she becomes Oracle.
No, Isaac isn't a girl now, but he's in the chair, man.
Did you say Gordon? All I can think of is fish sticks.
He goes, fish sticks? Stop.
I know Jess is getting tartar sauce for Christmas.
Yay! Only the best kind.
Only the best kind. Man-made.
Yes, it's so good.
Anyway, Dante and Randall are discussing the death of Julie Dwyer. Dante asks when Julie Dwyer died, and Randall answers yesterday. When they are going to Julie Dwyer's wake, Randall states that it is presently 4 o'clock on Saturday. So she would have died on Friday. In Mallrats, that comes out in 1995, a reference is made to Julie Dwyer dying that day.
Oh, wow.
So Mallrats is actually a prequel and takes place the day before Clerks.
That's awesome. I'm just so glad I know that now.
When I was researching this, I was like, fuck, I've been a fan of these movies for fucking 25 years, and I didn't fucking know that. It seems like a thing I should have fucking known, though.
Yeah, but you didn't, so, oh well.
I know it now.
Now you know, and knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe! Sorry.
Kevin Smith and Scott Mosier attended a Vancouver film school in British Columbia. They made a pact that whichever of them first started directing a movie, the other one would produce. Smith created his film first, and Mosier produced it, as he has with many other of Smith's films.
I was gonna say they're like a tandem.
They have been a tandem right up until about the last 5 years, about the time Kevin made Tusk.
Yeah.
Mosier started getting involved in really big Hollywood projects. He was the producer on the Grinch cartoon that came out. What was it? 3, 4, or 5 years ago?
I just found that DVD today when we were cleaning shit up.
And that was one of the better versions of the Grinch, in my opinion.
Yeah. I've never cared for the Grinch, if we're going to get into that subject.
Well, I don't think we should.
We're not going to. Because the Grinch is a dick.
The Grinch is a dick. He's my hero.
Of course your hero would be a dick.
Kevin Smith stated on multiple occasions that the character Dante is based on himself, and Randall is based on Comic Book Men co-star Brian Johnson.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. You know who Brian Johnson is?
Yes.
Did you watch Comic Book Men?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I started watching it after we went to the 100th episode.
You should probably binge that, because Brian is fantastic. And if you get a chance to listen to their podcast, their podcast is really funny.
You've mentioned that before.
For whatever reason, I'm spacing the name of it. I should look it up. It's not I Sell Comics. That's the one with Mike and Ming.
I believe you regardless. Don't Google it. You're Googling it, aren't you?
Googling it.
You're Googling son of a...
Nope. It's not the Comic Book Man.
So what is it? If it's not the Comic Book Men, Don, then what is it?
I don't know. Stop yelling at me.
Google is failing you. Can I tell you something, though, Don?
I'd love you to tell me something, though.
Google's making you look stupid as fuck right now.
Always does. I can't find it.
Okay.
It really hurts my feelings, too. It's a good show.
Okay, well, we believe you. We didn't call you a liar.
I think you did.
Some of us did, not all of us.
And then the last thing that I've got in my notes, and I know that there's more shit to talk about, Clerks was selected for preservation by the National Film Society in 2019. So it is now officially a part of our cultural history.
Do you know, I don't remember exactly when that happened, but when it happened, I happened to fall upon that news on accident.
Yeah?
It came across my news feed somehow, some way, on 100% accident. And I just remember that, and I thought it was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fan.
Fair enough.
Fuck yeah, fair enough.
Really? That's all you're going to say?
No,
Fuck
that's
yeah.
all I have to say. Fuck yeah, fair enough.
Fuck yeah, fair enough.
Fuck yeah, fair enough.
All right.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fair enough.
That's what you can say it again? All right, everybody in the chat, I'm going to need you to say mean things to Brady.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Somebody's got to do it.
Well, you know.
Because you're just going to be like, fair enough.
Fair
Fuck
enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, what other cool shit is there to talk about this movie?
I think we talked about it.
Yeah, I guess so. There's, if you want to know more about this movie, though, like the inside baseball. Kevin Smith does these stand-up specials called An Evening with Kevin Smith. And making this movie comes up a lot.
Oh, yeah, dude. I've watched some of those. He gets into a lot of his movies.
Right. There's all kinds of shit as far as like Randall bitching about all of the prices of everything ending in nines. He says, why do all these prices end in nines? None of the other shit in the scene, none of the prices of anything in the scene end in a 9.
Nothing. He just said that.
Nothing. All the little signage for everything, none of it ends in a 9.
That's funny. I didn't even look.
Interestingly enough, I did look it up though. The reason why originally prices always ended in a 9 is because it required change, which meant that the clerk had to punch it into the register, and then it was recorded, and they couldn't pocket the money.
Huh.
Nifty, huh?
There you know. The more you know.
The more you know. G.I. Joe. So what are we going to do next week? Spaceballs?
Spaceballs, my friend.
I'm into Spaceballs.
I'm going to download it tonight.
Ferda.
I've been downloading all these movies. It's my thing. Ever since we started doing the show, all the movies we've been doing, I've been downloading them.
Hey, Jen finally, well, not finally, like literally like 4 or 5 minutes ago, she says the name of the show is Tell 'em Steve Dave.
No.
No, it is.
The show.
It is the name of the show.
Yeah, but that's the name of the show that you were talking about. That's not the name of the show we're going to do next week.
No, right.
Yeah. What?
I'm
just saying. I'm just saying.
Now, whoever X Legit 101 is, they definitely reminded me that you need to watch Letterkenny.
Yeah.
I haven't brought it up in a while, but the fact that you haven't seen Letterkenny really hurts my feelings.
The fact that I think X Legit 101 is an inside job makes me say no.
No, it definitely is not an inside job, and you should definitely be watching Letterkenny.
It sounds like code. There's some shit going on. No.
That's Christy's boyfriend, Steve. He works with my wife.
Steve Dave? That's not what.
It's not Steve Dave. Interesting story about Steve Dave. Okay. Kevin and all the other guys used to go to comic book shows, local comic book shows. And there was this comic book vendor, and they couldn't, him and Walt and Brian, they couldn't remember the name of this vendor's name. They couldn't remember if it was Steve or Dave. So every time they would go see him, they'd be like, "Hey, all right, Steve, Dave, gotta go." And so that's
awesome.
That's where that comes from.
That's awesome.
And then is it in Clerks? What movie is it where the guy or Walt says something and somebody goes, "Tell him, Steve Dave"?
Oh,
they're all outside in the parking lot, and there's some kind of riot going on or something, protest going on.
Well, I know what you're talking about now.
Is it in Dogma, maybe?
I don't know. It makes it into the movie, though. I know what you're talking about.
But that's what that's about. Why am I so far off camera?
You know, all day.
Have I?
Yeah, but I'm. So.
That's where that comes from. Tell him, Steve Dave.
Nice.
So Spaceballs next week.
Spaceballs next week, my friend.
And you're gonna watch Letterkenny, between now and then.
No, you're gonna watch Trailer Park Boys?
I've seen like 4 seasons of Trailer Park Boys. It's not that fucking funny.
That's not all of them.
Are you gonna tell me that it get better?
Am I just gonna hang up the fucking show on you?
I doubt it.
My friend. How dare you?
It's not that the show's not funny. It's just not as funny as Letterkenny.
My nose fucking itches, dude.
Does it? Does it?
It's a bad itch.
Wow.
It goes right there.
Well, I hope somebody watches your kitties while you're in jail.
I got it. I got it. I'm good now.
This is me looking at the camera, looking at you, looking at me, looking at you, going.
And then here's me whispering, fuck you.
You didn't whisper. You didn't fucking whisper.
Okay, Steve Dave.
Did I tell you I ordered rolling boxes for playing Dungeons and Dragons because we're moving into Proto Nerd?
I thought you didn't. I thought you were making them.
I am gonna customize the ones that I bought.
Okay.
But the project that I started, I quickly abandoned when I was like, I don't want to do that.
I quickly abandoned after I decided this is hard shit.
Well, it wasn't. It was just. I got to a certain point where I was like, this is not going to turn out the way that I want.
I've been there.
And so before I went through all of the struggles to make a thing that I wasn't happy with, I just didn't. I didn't want to do it.
I did that and I ended up with a car.
Yeah. How is your new pimp ride treating you?
It loves me.
Yeah.
It's pimple, dude. It fits my big ass, man.
Does that car come with a couple of hoses to slap?
I've already slapped the hose. They run off once you get it, and it's like going to the next level, and that's how the next level begins. You slap the hose, they run off, and then you get the keys.
For those of you guys that didn't see it in the Escape Pod group, Brady got a Chrysler 300M.
No. It's a Chrysler 300 Touring.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. 2 hose.
All right.
2 hose.
2 hose. 2 hose this time.
Touring. 2 hose. 1 time. It's treating me good, man. The kids like it, and I'm 6'5", and it fits my big giant ass.
Is that cloth or leather?
Leather.
Yeah, nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice. All right.
I got some things coming down the pipeline already. You know me, I can't leave it stock forever.
Right. Yeah, I know. You gonna have to put some stickers on something, or
I gotta put my fingerprints on it.
Yeah, I'm getting ready now. It's warming up. I'm getting ready to cut all the rust off the big tan beast and start bondoing and putting on flares and shit like that. I'm gonna put my stamp on mine too.
Oh, you got to, man. Makes it yours. It's your office, dude. It's your office, really.
Right.
That's where I put my car, man. My car is my office. I spend a lot of time in there, to and from work, to and from doing things for the family. It's my office, man.
All half of a mile.
Yeah. Hey, I got shit to do, man. I got these kids. I got to take them all over the place. I want to be comfortable, man.
That's true. You didn't want to get like a Geo Metro and.
No, I was thinking about a Suzuki Samurai.
Attaboy.
But they didn't have the 4 doors anymore, so I sent them out.
Nice. Did we discuss what we're going to do after Spaceballs?
No.
It seemed like we did, and then I've completely misplaced what it was.
We'll go back and watch the episode or listen to the episode, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think that would be probably early episode 13. We talked about it.
I think towards the end.
The end of episode 13.
Yeah.
Maybe it was even 12.
Maybe. We'll have to go back and look, man.
I don't remember. Okay.
Hey, all that do is helps us build up the numbers, so we're fine. Don't worry about it.
It's true. I still want to get with the guys down at Nostalgia Inc. and put together
We're gonna, well, as soon as this quarantine shit's over, we can.
Right.
So
Jen
Spider-Man.
remembers Spider-Man.
Just Jen said Spider-Man.
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 And that's going to be the
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and all of them, right? Or are we going to talk about just the
We'll
first one?
eventually get to him, but we're just doing the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Okay. So the synopsis of that was not as good as the Andrew Garfield one.
Settle the fuck down.
All right, let's wrap this up before we have to start throwing stones across the internet.
Yeah, don't make me burp again.
All right, guys. Everybody make sure that you like this video. Try and give us a any star review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast.
We'll
And
read
then-
it live. You give us an any star review, talk shit about us, love us. We're going to read it. I'm going to put more emphasis on the wrong syllable if you talk good, but that's okay. Talk bad. We don't care. Just talk shit. Talk something. Leave us a review, and we'll read it.
True story. Subscribe and download at your favorite podcasting app. We're the ATSW, the Escape Pod. You can find us everywhere.
Check out our pod family, the All Things Star Wars podcast, the Used and Abused. Check out Layman's Terms, Tactical Swede, or Big Swede's Excellent Adventure. Check out the Brew Guys and the Podbelly Network shows like Sofa Kings and Geekly Distractions.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We'll see you next time.
May the Force be with you. And go
Blue.
I know I pissed before, but I gotta piss again. Hurry up, dude. I gotta go.